Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Spill the D. My name's Gina. I'm one of your hosts. Joined here, as always, with my handsome co-host, Rick Landis.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing swell. How about yourself?
I am also doing swell. I guess. I'm actually kind of sick, but the show must go on.
The show must go on.
The podcast show. Although, actually, everyone can see us. If you guys don't know yet, we are on the YouTube, so...
On the YouTube.
You can see us in our cute little outfits right now.
And for those of you that don't know, there is a "the" in front of the YouTube.
It is the YouTube.
If you didn't know.
The YouTube. All right, so normally we start off every episode with some Disney news. This week, the entire episode is Disney news, but with a twist. We're talking about our opinions on all of the Disney news. D23 happened a few years ago. D23
It did.
It did. D23 happened a few weeks ago. For anyone who doesn't know, this is one of the biggest events for the Disney World, for the Disney community.
There you go.
Yeah, this is when the Walt Disney Company will go out and they'll announce some big things coming to Disney properties, movies, cruise line, all of that fun stuff. And it happened a few weeks ago, and they announced a lot of stuff. And we're going to talk about it and tell you guys what we think of it.
Yeah, most of you have probably already heard a lot of this news that's going on. Because if you listen to us, you probably follow other Disney media outlets, and you've probably seen most of this stuff already. But we're going to give you our opinions on it, whether we like it, what we think about it potentially replacing something that's already there, things of that nature.
But before we do want to remind you all, if you are interested in booking a trip to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Universal, any of that fun stuff, we are the official podcast of 407 and Beyond Vacation Co. They are Disney and Universal Orlando travel company. They help plan. Can you do this? I do this all the time and have no issues. And the brain farts I'm having right now. Oh my gosh, it's late at night. I told you I don't feel good. Let's hear what you got.
Okay. So for those of you that don't know...
Oh, they're a Disney and Universal Orlando travel company? Is that the words?
We are sponsored by 407 and Beyond Vacation Company. They're a Disney and Universal Orlando travel agency. They book and plan family vacations to destinations such as Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando, Disney Cruise Line, so many other places. It doesn't cost any extra for you to book with them. It's completely free. And their planners are there to help you plan your perfect family vacation. So if you are ready to go to Disney, if this news excites you and you want to plan a trip in the future when you know these new things are going to be there, then we're obviously going to recommend them. And if you would like to get started with your free quote, you're going to head on over to www.407vacations.com.
You crushed it. I really struggled. I don't normally even look at it when I'm doing it either. I don't say it like word for word.
Agency.
I couldn't. Hard brain fart. And
weird,
you know what?
I feel like that's not that hard of a word to remember.
And usually I would edit that out. I think I'm going to leave it there.
When you started and you said before we get started, I really thought you were about to say Disney news, and I was like, "Well, she's messing up already."
You let the whole
and then you didn't mess it up, but then you messed it up.
Then I messed it up. I was on a roll, but it was not a good roll. It was rolling down a hill. Okay, so D23 news. I actually have it separated by park.
Nice.
The majority of the news that we are going to discuss is Walt Disney based, because while we are a Disney overall podcast, we mainly do talk about Walt Disney World. That is where we feel the most comfortable, where I would say I would consider myself an expert in Walt Disney World.
I don't know if I would consider myself an expert, but I would say I know more than the average person.
Yeah, but that's why the podcast works, and like you ask questions other people would ask, so it all comes together. Like you need that balance, you know? But yeah, so most of what we talk about is Walt Disney World. So the D23 news that we're going to talk about is Walt Disney World for the majority. I have like two things that aren't, I think. Miscellaneous. Okay, so let's start with Magic Kingdom.
Woo woo.
Woo woo. And I want to hear your opinion on this because I thought of you instantly when they announced it. So, Magic Kingdom, there's a new tavern coming to Adventureland, and it is going to be a continuation of the story of Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm excited and curious because I'm not really sure what they mean by continuation because there's been 4 other movies
Okay.
since the one that the original ride is based off of. So, like, is it a continuation as in Dead Man's Chest continuation or continuation on a whole different storyline?
So the word that they use is that it's going to extend the story of Pirates of the Caribbean. So the way that I'm understanding it is that it's going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean themed tavern, bar, whatever they decide to put there.
Uh-huh.
And by like extending it, I think it just means it's going to be a pirate themed bar. Like I almost picture, which I think would be really cool, the bar from Dead Man's Chest. I'm sorry, from Curse of the Black Pearl,
Uh-huh.
where he goes to get Mr. The guy who sleeps with the pigs.
Oh, Mr. Gibbs.
Yeah, I almost said figs, and I was like, I know that's right. Where he goes to get Mr. Gibbs, like
Uh-huh.
how that's just like a rowdy pirate bar. That's kind of what I picture is what they're gonna put there.
So I do want to make a clarification. It's not a bar, it's a tavern.
So they haven't technically said exactly what it's going to be because a tavern could end up being that they're gonna make it a bar. It could be that they're gonna make it a full on sit down restaurant. It could end
Well,
like you know what I mean?
From what I saw, it said there was food.
Yeah, but bars gonna have food.
Yeah, but I was looking at the announcement about it, and it said, let me see if I can find it really quickly without making this bad podcasting. I can't. So anyway, I saw there was gonna be food. It says tavern. To me, that means it's gonna be like a quick service restaurant.
No, but they already have Tortuga's Tavern right there, so why would they put another quick service?
But would they put a bar there?
So,
Because there's
my
no
thought
alcohol
is-
in Magic Kingdom, right?
which is why if it was a bar, I don't think it would be a bar per se. Like it would be like maybe they might like. That's where I think the word tavern comes in, where it would be like a sit down, like you'd have to drink your alcohol in there.
Okay.
Like it'd be like a sit down restaurant style bar. Do you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Kind of like Oga's.
Yeah.
Like you can't take your drink and walk around Galaxy's Edge with the drinks from Oga's Cantina.
Yeah.
You drink it while you're in there.
Yeah.
So I can see them doing like an Oga's style
Okay.
with it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. There's not a lot of details right now. It's just the fact that it's happening.
There also could be no alcohol.
Yeah.
Like this could just be another sit down restaurant. This
Well, that's
could
why
be
I wanted to
like
clarify not bar. They're wording it as a tavern because I don't want people to think that we're getting just a full on bar in Magic Kingdom.
we're raging. Oh my god, can you imagine like getting drunk and then going on Pirates of the Caribbean? Like someone would have to jump out and go lay with the guy with the pigs.
A bar in
Someone would get kicked out.
A bar in Magic Kingdom right near Pirates is probably the worst idea that Disney could have.
Why?
Because
Why is the rum always gone?
one, and the amount of people that would be like drunk Jack Sparrow running through Pirates Land, like Pirates area and Adventureland, would just be ridiculous, and eventually would just, I feel like, be too much.
There's already enough people doing it sober.
Yeah.
And it's,
you add
and it's
alcohol into
so tight in there.
Yeah.
I wonder where it's going. I mean, I guess they probably have space over there. Like,
Are we sure it's not replacing Tortugas?
they have not said that yet, but I could see it because it's people don't really go in there.
No.
It's an underrated place.
Yeah. But I could see them doing a rebrand kind of thing to get people to start going in there.
They could. And it'd be a really cool continuation of Pirates to just walk across the street.
Depending on how they do it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They have not said that yet.
Yeah.
They haven't given too much detail. This is kind of like a, here's what we're going to do.
Here's the plan.
Here's the plan. There's nothing set in stone. Plans can change, but here's the plan, which
Yeah.
is basically anything with that comes from D23. It's really rare that it's a, I don't want to say it's rare, but I'd say probably like 50% of the stuff that's announced is usually like, we might do this.
Or this is going to happen in the future, which could be 2 years from now.
Yeah. Because which one of the things we're going to talk about with like Animal Kingdom, like we're going to see big changes to what they announced 2 years ago at D23. All right, so let's go on to the next one for Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Wait, well, what's the consensus on the Pirates Bar or Tavern? We're excited? I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Okay,
Lots
cool.
I'm excited to see what they do.
I'm not excited to try and get in there
No,
when it
it's
opens.
gonna be a problem.
I'm just like, not. I'll let someone else go first. Tell me how it is, and then I'll make the decision. I am excited for how empty other places in the park will be when everyone's trying to go there.
True.
Okay. Number 2.
Number 2.
I'll save the one for you. Well, I'll go on to the Country Bear Jamboree.
Ooh.
All right, so the Country Bear Jamboree is getting a refurb, or I don't want to call it a re-theme. I'm calling it a refurb. They're getting new music, basically, which honestly, my opinion is this was a long time coming. I don't know how it lasted as long as it has in
Completely
today's day
agree.
and age.
Completely agree.
I think not enough people go in there to realize how outdated it is. Love that old feel of like, oh, this was made before I was born.
Like when you get the vintage stuff.
Yes, I like
the park.
they're like, oh, okay, this was definitely made like 40 years ago because there's no way that this would fly today kind of feeling. Like, it's like when you watch a movie and you're like I watched Mrs. Doubtfire the other day and I was like, they could not make this now.
Nope, there's a lot of movies like that.
Yeah, so like that's the what I mean. But I don't think that there's enough people who go into it to realize what it's like now, and what the words are saying. Yeah, which is so funny. So a refurb of it is coming in 24. It's still going to be the same bears, but they're going to be reinterpreting favorite Disney songs. This is word for word off Disney's website. Reinterpreting favorite Disney songs in different genres of country music. Imagineers are envisioning the new experience as a homage to the classic musical reviews in Nashville, and they're working with Nashville musicians to get that authentic country sound. What do you think?
I'm a little confused about the whole new music thing.
So, they're going to be singing A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes.
Country version?
The country version of it. Because it's their jamboree. They're having a party, and they're singing Disney music.
I guess we'll have to see how it goes. I'm interested. I don't know if I have an opinion as far as whether I'm excited or not. I'm interested, though. I think that's the best way for me to put it.
I'm excited, I think.
Okay.
Sort of. I like the idea that it's an original ride, and they're kind of taking that away by, Disney movie watching it. Yeah. But also, I get it, because, that's what brings people in, is, the movies. So, that part makes sense to me. I'm going to move my mic closer. So, that part does make sense to me. Yeah. And I really like country music, so I think that they're gonna do a good job with it. Just have to wait and see.
They usually don't mess things up, so.
It's really rare, honestly, and that's not sarcasm, everybody. I know that sounded like sarcasm. It honestly is pretty rare. If they do something, they do it well. Yeah. But when they mess things up, they miss the mark hard. Yeah. Every time. Yep. Every time they mess up. They don't mess up often.
But when they do. Everybody messes up sometimes.
We all do. You learn from it. They learn from it. It's fine. I think it's going to be good. I really do. I think it's going to be very good.
I'm excited to see how it turns out.
I am too. And I'm excited for it. It's needed. Most people don't go in there. If they do, they're either a diehard fan, which even the average Disney adult, maybe 1 out of 10 is a diehard Country Bear Jamboree fan, or they've never been and they're trying to check everything off. Yeah. If it's their first time in Disney. So.
That's about it.
Yeah. I'll be excited to see. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. This one makes me really want to watch the new movie because it reminded me how much I loved the plot line to this movie.
October 4th.
Is that when it comes out on Disney Plus? Oh, I thought it was out now. The Hatbox Ghost is finally making his way into the Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World.
Woo!
You don't sound that excited.
Because of where he's going. Do you know where he's going?
I do not know where he's going.
He's going in the long, creepy hallway.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's terrifying.
Is the candelabra still going to be there?
I don't know. I'm assuming
maybe
no.
He'll hold that with his hat.
One in each hand. It said that he's going in the never-ending hallway.
That's exciting.
Which to me is the hallway with the candelabra, so.
I'm very excited.
Unless it's the hallway that you go backwards down. But I think it has to be the one with the candelabra.
I would think so, yeah. Yeah. This is happening in November for those that are excited to experience this. Don't know why you wouldn't have it ready for Halloween, but that's just me.
They gotta do what they gotta do. They got a lot of other stuff to do. It's fine.
Yeah, it's very important that we change the music in Country Bear Jamboree first.
Well, that's not happening till 2024. But yeah, Hatbox Ghost will be in Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion in November.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. It's gonna be really cool. I just think he's already like a pretty scary ghost. Honestly, he might make the hallway less scary.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because that hallway's really creepy because of how real it is. But like you put that guy there, it's not gonna be as real.
Yeah, but with the CGI and stuff that they have nowadays, they could make that thing look real.
I don't know. If they make it look like the one from the movie, like I think I'll be okay.
Okay.
Last night I went for a run and I was in a hotel gym and the treadmills were really cool. And the TVs on the treadmills had all of the channels and I put on Disney Channel because, you know, I'm an adult and that's what I do when I run. And the Haunted Mansion was on.
The original?
The original with Eddie Murphy. And I was like, oh, cool. And I'm watching it. And then I realized I was staying alone in a hotel and I probably should not be watching a movie about ghosts. So then I watched the Game Show Network. But I was really enjoying it for a few minutes.
What was on the Game Show Network?
Split Second or something like that. I had never heard of it.
Feud.
And then some show. No, I was actually really happy it wasn't Family Feud because, well, not that it wasn't Family Feud, but the shows that were on were both ones where they wrote the question on the screen and then also put the answer on the screen.
Gotcha.
So I didn't have to hook headphones up to the treadmill.
Uh-huh.
So I was like reading while I was running. So it was Split Second, and then this other one I had never heard of. The name never popped up, and it was like they stood behind the numbers 1 to 5.
Okay.
And as you got it right, you moved down. So like if someone was at 1 and they got the answer wrong, they would move to 5 and then everyone would move forward 1, like closer to the front of the line.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you wanted to be the one at 1. And then once you got a certain number of them right while you were at 1, you won the whole thing.
Okay.
And like if you got too many of them wrong while you were at 5, you got knocked out. So it started 1 to 5 and then it ended with just 1 and 2.
Gotcha.
And then the person at 1 got enough of them right. That even though the person at 2 is getting them right, the person at 1 got enough right.
Huh.
I have no idea what it was.
Yeah,
I don't know if I fully understood the directions because I was watching it without volume. But from what I saw, it was pretty cool.
Gotcha.
And the questions weren't that hard. But that's it for Magic Kingdom.
Fun stuff.
That is fun stuff. So all positive things for Magic Kingdom. We're excited about all 3 things. That's pretty cool.
Frontierland will look nothing like it used to. In a few years.
Yeah, it's all on the left side of the park.
Yeah.
Frontierland, Adventureland, and Liberty Square.
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool.
Which is really strange because I feel like Tomorrowland needs an update.
Well, think about it. Tomorrowland just got Tron. Fantasyland has got the new Fantasyland refurb. Like, they already did the right side of the park. And they did so much work over in Tron to, like, build a whole area for it.
Yeah, but I feel like Tomorrowland just needs an upgrade.
It's always going to need an upgrade. That's the
Carousel
issue.
of Progress is not tomorrow.
That's the issue with a futuristic land. It's never going to be up to date.
Yeah, but that's Disney.
The future?
Well, isn't that what he said?
Oh, yeah.
It'll never be finished?
Yes. Look at you. What a Disney adult. Okay, Hollywood Studios. There was not much in Hollywood Studios.
Not much going on.
Which makes sense. They've done a lot in Hollywood Studios over the last 10 years.
Yeah, lots going on there.
You want to say the one thing? A one announcement for Hollywood Studios?
That we're not even that excited for because we're not Star Wars people.
Yeah,
Star Tours is getting some new tour areas, I guess you could say.
New tour. Yeah, I guess so. So Star Tours is getting new adventures. It's new adventures coming to Star Tours. It's the best way to word it. It's how Disney worded it. The way that everything is on the screen when you're in Star Tours, they're getting more, which is fun because they actually just got some. I think 2019. So like they just keep putting more and more in, which is pretty cool.
So for those that don't know, the Star Tours ride in Hollywood Studios over by what's that cafe called over there?
Backlot Express.
Backlot Express. Over by Backlot Express, the ride over there, every one of them is different. So every time you go on Star Tours, it's a different ride. There's a different like experience that you go through, and basically they're adding more, which again they just did, but they're doing it again, and this time they're adding from the shows, I believe.
That's cool.
So,
and there's different combinations you can get, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that one. Again, I'm not a Star Wars person, so I haven't ever fully looked into it, but I really do enjoy Star Tours, and I enjoy that, at least to me, it's different every time. Like, I'm sure I've done the same one more than once and didn't realize. Or, like, sometimes it'll start one way and end another.
Yeah.
So like it starts out like, oh, I've done this one before, and then it ends and it's like, oh, I've never seen that. So if you've ridden it a few times, you can still get different adventures
Yeah.
all the time.
Which
And
I think
now
is
they're
awesome.
it is awesome, and they're
Gives it
just adding more.
re-rideability.
Yeah,
Which is a word I just made up, but it sounds good.
no re-rideability. I like it. Maybe we'll title the episode that. No one listens. This is all for
They have
nothing.
no idea that we're talking about D23.
No, I'm sure people go on Spotify and just type in the words re-rideability, trying to find a new episode, trying to find a new podcast to listen to.
That'd be a good episode to do, though. What rides have the best re-rideability?
Tower of Terror, Star Tours, Toy Story Mania.
See, but you could argue that Tower of Terror and Toy Story Mania are the same story every time.
Tower of Terror is a different drop sequence every time, and Toy Story Mania is a competition, and competition is always fun.
Just saying.
I'm just saying.
An idea.
No, that would be a fun episode. If you guys like that idea, let me know. I don't know what we would title it because I don't know how re-rideability would work, but the most re-rideable?
Rides with the most re-rideability.
We can. That's fine.
They don't know that we know. We know they know.
They don't know. We know. They know. We know. Okay. And that's it for Hollywood Studios. So we are
Woo.
on to Animal Kingdom.
We made it.
We made it. Give me some Animal Kingdom.
So we already knew that Dino Land was on its way out. Big sad. So we just got some more information on that. So it's gonna be rethemed to Tropical Americas. For those audio listening, I did put up air quotes because that's how it is written in the notes. So we're gonna have Encanto, Indiana Jones, which I still feel is very out of place, but whatever.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
And there's no finished plans yet, but these are just what ideas that we've gotten confirmation on.
Yeah, so if anyone remembers, after the 2021 D23, it was going to be a Zootopia land.
Yeah.
Zootopia and Encanto, I think, were supposed to both go here. Encanto? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and everyone was like, oh, that's a... Oh, no, Zootopia and Moana.
Was it?
Yeah, because we were like, that's a really weird mix. And then they did, like, the Journey of Water and Epcot, and everyone was like, why are we, like, washing all of Walt Disney World with Moana? Like, it's good, it's not that good.
Yeah.
What are we doing? They kind of listened, but now we're getting the Encanto area, or, I'm sorry, the Tropical Americas. And, okay, I get it.
It's a fantastic workaround to say that you're calling it the Tropical Americas. Fantastic workaround. Because if you just were like, this is our extra area, and gave it anything other than, I think, Tropical Americas, it would make no sense at all.
Well, the thing is, like, the way that Animal Kingdom is separated, there's Pandora, the world of Avatar.
Yeah.
Obviously, fake land, super cool. And then it is Asia and Africa. So to put, like, a Tropical Americas there does technically make sense when you consider the layout of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And to put Encanto there is a great idea. People love the movie. And honestly, Dino Land is one of my favorite places in Walt Disney World, but it is super outdated. And I'm sad that they're going to get rid of the dinosaurs because kids love dinosaurs.
True.
But kids don't love Dino Land.
Yeah, I think
they like the colors and the fun, but like those games are expensive. It's very rare that you see multiple families playing. You get one family who's like willing to go balls to the walls with the money.
I don't know.
You get one family who's willing to go all out and spend that money. But that's it. Like, it's not, there's never like a line to play the games. Like, I get the retheming of Dino Land.
Yeah, and I think the main issue is Universal. To be completely honest, kids love dinosaurs, but they love dinosaurs because of Jurassic Park. That's why kids like dinosaurs these
That's
days.
why older kids like it, but there's so many like younger movies about dinosaurs. Little boys from the time they are born are forced to wear clothes with either dinosaurs or trucks on them or sharks.
Yeah.
So like you're ingrained from a baby to like dinosaurs.
But
like
the thing
it's dino toys.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if I agree because I'm talking like 5-year-olds. 5-year-olds aren't watching Jurassic Park usually.
I don't know about that, but
it's scary.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of people who just don't really care and let their kids watch whatever. But
which is fine.
The thing is, Dino Land isn't based off of anything, and that's what people
That
attach
is
themselves
not
to.
true. It is Chester and Hester's stop where they've made a gas station and then they built a whole carnival around it.
Okay, there's no movie to attach it to. There's no book to attach it to. Yes, there's a storyline because it's Disney and there's a storyline for everything, but there's no movie or book to attach it to, whereas Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, there's movies to attach it to. So if kids really like dinosaurs and they want to watch a movie with dinosaurs, they're going to go watch Jurassic Park. They have The Good Dinosaur, right? That's one of the movies that Disney has. But
Disney
like,
Pixar movie. It wasn't really a hit.
Yeah.
But it's cute. If you ever watch it, it's actually pretty cute.
But like, the only other dinosaur thing that I remember watching as a kid was like The Land Before Time.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah,
No,
but
there's
like,
definitely like an animated show right now for kids, but that's dinosaur based. We don't have kids, so I can't speak on this,
I don't know.
guys.
I
But like,
just
there
feel like-
definitely is.
I just feel like if you're going for dinosaurs, it's Universal. They have a whole Jurassic Park area. They have a whole interactive area for kids where you can go dig for fossils and play with all the touchscreens and everything. So I just feel like that's the place to be if you want dinosaurs. And I think that's part of the reason that Disney is transitioning away from it.
I looked up kids dinosaur show. Barney came up.
He is a dinosaur.
He is, but that show's done.
He is a purple dinosaur.
Yeah, I don't know. I get what you're saying. I definitely do. Yeah, I guess Dinoland's just outdated.
Yeah.
It's what it comes down to. Like, it's outdated. The play area is great, but the rest of it is done.
They could technically keep it.
The play area?
Not the play area specifically, but they could keep some dinosaur stuff. There's been dinosaur bones found in tropical Americas.
Yeah.
Been plenty of them found.
Plenty of fossils. There's dinosaurs everywhere.
Yeah. They should just randomly have fossils. Like,
I'm sure they're gonna do
left
something
throughout.
to like pay tribute to
It would be really
Dinoland.
cool. It would be really cool for like the people like us that enjoy Dinoland if they had little like Easter eggs that they left from Dinoland.
I'm gonna miss Dinoland at Christmas.
Yeah.
That's the best. Dinoland at Christmas is so good.
Yeah, I agree.
But all right, let's talk about the Indiana Jones portion of it.
Okay.
So, tropical Americas. Indiana Jones, he goes and hunts for whatever in like Peru and stuff.
You watched the movie?
I got that question right at Quizzo one time. That's the only reason I know that. Because it was like, where does Indiana Jones go to look for something? And I was like, I know it's South America because I started the movie and it was really slow, so I stopped watching it. I was like, but I know it's somewhere in South America. And I was like, just write Peru. And then it was Peru. So that was really cool. So the reason I think that they are working Indiana Jones in, even though many children do not watch Indiana Jones and don't know anything about Indiana Jones besides the fact that he wears his hat and he can't go anywhere without his hat, and that
And his whip.
and his whip, and that Chip and Dale, when they're rescue rangers, one of them is dressed like him, but they probably are like, wow, look, Indiana Jones is dressed like Dale. Actually, I think he might be dressed like Chip. I don't know. So, in Disneyland, they have an Indiana Jones ride.
Mm-hmm.
It is the exact same ride mechanism as Dinosaur in Walt Disney World's Animal Kingdom.
So they're being lazy.
I believe they are just the reason they have not said anything yet, but I think the reason that they're working Indiana Jones into this is because they are taking the Indiana Jones ride, retheming Dinosaur to Indiana Jones, which I'm excited for and not excited for. I love the Dinosaur ride. I love Dinosaur, but I've heard that Indiana Jones is better than Dinosaur,
Okay.
so that'll be cool to see. But also, I like that they're different on the different coasts
Yeah.
for the people who go to both. But I really think that that's got to be what's going on here. It's
Maybe they're
got
just
to.
being
Like,
lazy.
maybe they're just being lazy. I don't know. And you know what? I don't think it's a matter of being lazy. I think it's a matter of wanting to save the money.
It's understandable.
You're doing these big rethemes. You don't have to do all of... There's so much that you get to cut out
Yeah.
by just moving something from one to the other. Because it's the exact same ride mechanism, exact same track.
Yeah.
Copy paste. So, yeah, Encanto and Indiana Jones. And I'm sure there will be other movies that they are able to work in there by doing the tropical Americas.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be cool. It's going to be a cool area. I'm sad to see Dinoland go, but it's another one of those things that I don't think they're going to mess it up. And I get why they're doing it. Do I think they picked the right theming to go there? I'm back and forth. Because, like I said, it makes sense when you think of the overall theme of the park, but also it's like
doesn't really fit the vibe.
We can get more animals. They better do a lot with the kid that talks to animals in Encanto. What's his name? Do you remember?
I've only seen the movie like twice.
Oh, what is it? Thank you, with Antonio. That would be a shout out to our roommate. Thanks, Vanessa. They better do a lot with Antonio because he's like that would make the most sense for that there. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling now. Sorry, just going on a huge thing. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Go with the next one.
Okay, this one I'm excited for, and I feel like I might be somewhat alone in our age bracket for how I feel about this one. I think that It's Tough to Be a Bug needed an upgrade, and it's getting it. And it's becoming a way better movie, in my opinion. Zootopia. We have confirmation that Zootopia is replacing It's Tough to Be a Bug. And I'm very excited about it, because I've been very vocal on this podcast that Zootopia is one of my favorite Disney movies. And also, A Bug's Life is kind of meh. So, I'm not super sad to see it go.
All right. First of all, A Bug's Life is not meh. A Bug's Life is so good. But I agree about being happy that it's gone. Because we wrote it last time we were there. We saw the show. It got scarier.
You think?
Yeah, I think that they added more smoke or something. I do not remember it being that scary. And we had our niece with us. And right before the spiders came down, I picked her up and threw her on my lap and was grabbing her. And I was worried about the stinger in her butt when that part comes. And there was so many things that I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how scary it was. And I am convinced it got scarier. Maybe there was I think it was the smoke. And I think they added more because when we walked into the theater, it was still smoky from the one before this. And when it started, I was like, oh my God, this ride is terrifying. Or this show is terrifying. And I always liked it. Maybe I was watching it with kids and I was like, wait.
I'm excited to see how they do the queue. Because that it did fit really well for A Bug's Life. Because you're a bug. You're inside the tree. You're doing all that. How are they going to do Zootopia with that?
They'll find a way because it's supposed to be that you are following Nick and Judy through the different sections of Zootopia. Oh, that's so exciting. The ones that you kind of just see for a few minutes in the movie.
The jungle, the tundra, the desert, all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's going to be something along the lines of you're going with them to all of those areas. So I'm sure they'll do something with the tree that is one of the areas or something.
That's so exciting.
I'm sure they'll find a way.
Yeah.
They could even make it, once you're in the tree, not look like a tree. Maybe they could make it look like when you're in there that you're in the subway system that they have or something.
Maybe.
I don't know exactly what they're gonna do, but I definitely think that there's potential that it could still be worked in.
Yeah.
These people got brains. They can figure it out. I guess we'll see. Yeah, that's going to be really cool. I think the show is going to be really good, and I'm really excited for it. I agree. Zootopia is really good. I think kids love Zootopia, adults love Zootopia, and they can make a very good show.
Yeah.
With Zootopia.
Yeah.
I think they could have made a very cool land in Dino Land with Zootopia.
Yeah.
And then they could have put Encanto in the tree, but whatever. That's a whole... It could have been Antonio's room!
That's neither here nor there, I think is what people will say in that situation.
It's right here, right now. We're talking about it now. I am passionate. Zootopia deserved its own land.
I agree. I definitely agree.
What is better for Animal Kingdom than Zootopia?
A movie about animals.
A movie all about animals. Come on.
Come on, people.
They could have made the different sections, so you could have been in the tundra, and then you could have went over and been in the jungle. Oh my gosh. The play area could have been the tree houses in the jungle, climbing through them. Oh my gosh.
You don't listen to me at all.
I listen to you.
I found this on the web.
You don't listen to me at all.
What?
That was one of my ideas during the Imagineering episode.
Sorry, I haven't listened to Spill the Tea. I gotta catch up.
You don't listen to it 12 times over while you're editing.
Oh my gosh. Our voices are so fun. Over and over and over again. Yours is cool. Hearing my own though, whew. How do you guys do this?
So yeah, we'll just pretend I didn't come up with that first, but whatever.
Wow, I have
on
great
to the
ideas.
next.
Oh, Epcot. We are on to Epcot, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to start with number one that has already started since this has been announced. Figment is officially meeting in Epcot.
And he's clumsy.
He's clumsy. He fell. I don't know where I saw the video. Somewhere on Instagram, somebody posted a video.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that I don't have credit.
I think it was Disney Food Blog.
Maybe. I'm sorry I don't have credit for the person who posted it, but they posted a video of him falling, which made me laugh because that is the exact same thing that happened to Gritty. Do you
During
remember?
his literal first meet and greet. Like
Gritty, right? Or
no, Figment.
I didn't read too much into it because I looked at it while I was doing something and then closed out and couldn't find it again.
I think it was his first time walking out that he fell.
Which is what happened to Gritty. And that's why people loved it.
Yeah.
Which, for anyone who doesn't know, Gritty is the mascot for the Philadelphia Flyers. Yeah. And Philly just loves him. He's great.
Yeah.
And same thing with Figment.
Yeah.
People just love him. He's great. Or they hate him. There is no in between.
There is no in between.
I love him, personally, and I think that the meet and greet's a great idea.
I agree.
All right, next thing. We don't have to harp on Figment. It's already happening.
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk about the other one because I feel like you probably have a little bit more information on it. So I'm gonna skip to Journey of Water, which is the Moana interactive experience that is gonna be officially opening on October 16th of 2023.
So someone said that they felt like this was something they could do at their local park for free. And it got in my head a little bit. And I was like, wait, is this a waste of space? And then I was like, wait, no, I really like the things at Walt Disney World that is just like kind of walking around and exploring.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the point of Disney, that it's not an amusement park, it's a theme park.
Yeah.
So my brain is all over on how I feel about Journey of Water.
I don't hate the idea of it. I think it's fine because they didn't get rid of anything to put it there.
There's been construction there for like years now. They knocked down everything that was in that spot.
But what was there?
Based off of where it is, people, please don't yell at me if I have this wrong. I believe it's where you met Baymax.
Okay.
In that building. And there was stores there. And that was where you did the meet and greets. Club Cool was over there, which they moved that. They kind of just reworked things.
So it doesn't sound like we really lost anything in the process.
No, really just buildings.
I don't know. I think I agree. I like the area in Animal Kingdom where they have like the drums and stuff and you can just go kind of hang out and play for a little bit. I don't think it necessarily needs to be anything crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what we're going to get. They have the interactive water that like does the tunes and everything. So like I think it's enough. And you said it earlier, like we don't want to feel like Moana's throwing up on us. Like, so this is nice because it's there, and if you appreciate Moana, like you'll appreciate this little area. If you don't really appreciate Moana, you can still walk through this area and still run your hand through the water and kind of have a good time. So I think it's kind of perfect, to be honest.
I think it's good too because it seems like it's very, I don't want to say it's geared to kids because there's definitely still a lot of stuff for adults to enjoy while they're in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another spot that kids can let off some steam in Epcot. Also, Epcot is definitely the hottest park.
Yeah.
Like, humidity-wise, Animal Kingdom takes the cake. But, like, heat on concrete, like, Epcot is just hot.
Yeah.
So, somewhere else that you might, like, there are different things where, like, you have the option of, like, you can get wet or you can go, like, the dry way. Or, like, you walk through a waterfall, and if you walk slow enough, the waterfall stops and parts. And if you walk quickly, you get wet.
Yeah.
So, like, there are ways to cool off while you're in there. So I think that's nice. It definitely has advantages, and I think it's good that it's another thing that kids can do in Epcot, because I know that there are things like kids can do the scavenger hunts and the kid cot, but like it's still not a lot for.
No, it's not
like
a kid
there's
park.
a playground, but like these are things that they've put in to make people happy and say like no, look, here's things for kids. Like it's still more adult targeted, let's be honest. Like, and
it's going to be one of those things where I feel like for me personally I'll have to see it to finalize my opinion, but on paper I don't hate it. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
I agree. And it's officially opening to the public October 16th. It's already open for annual pass holder and DVC previews. Cast members already had their previews.
Yeah.
So you can see a lot of it online if you go online.
Also, If it means we get rid of those ugly construction walls, I'll take whatever you give me.
There's so much construction for so many years in Epcot.
I'll take whatever you give me.
Please. It's just so hard to get anywhere. Like, you walk and all of a sudden you're walking into a wall again. You finish Epcot, which already requires a lot of walking, and you're like, oh, I walked 16 miles today because I tried to get somewhere and had to walk around these walls.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of that, World Celebration, which is that middle area where all of the construction is still, that is officially opening in December.
That's exciting.
Very exciting.
And that's just going to be kind of like a courtyard park area, right?
So it's meant to tie all of the areas of Epcot together.
Okay.
It's going to do a lot with the festivals. It's going to be considered like a little bit of a festival center. They're going to have some stages there. Like, it's going to tie Epcot together, which is good because it is like front and center of Epcot.
Yeah.
And there is festivals there at almost all times of the year at this point. So it's a solid idea to have something to tie it all together, because that way, because before, I will admit, like, Epcot was like the front of the park and the back of the park.
Yeah.
So this is going to bring it together so that it's all one park.
Yeah.
Opening in December. We're losing some construction walls.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna make Run Disney so nice. Because we're actually gonna be like run through it. When I ran through Epcot for the Princess, it took us like around the construction. Like, we're like running along the side of a wall. I was like, this is crazy. We get to run through the park, but it's literally just running through walls.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could do this at home.
That's funny.
Go ahead.
Okay. Test track. Reimagining.
Oh.
Reimagineering.
Oh.
They are working with the teams from Chevrolet, which, for those of you that don't know, Test Track is sponsored by Chevrolet. There's a lot of Chevy cars in there. And they're going back into history for inspiration, from what I'm being told.
This is also right from Disney's website.
What does that mean?
So World of Motion was a ride in Epcot.
Okay.
And they're going back to the World of Motion, like, premise to rebuild, to reimagine Test Track.
So we're getting old cars?
Based off the concept art, the cars look actually more futuristic.
Interesting.
So I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. I think it's World of Motion is supposed to be like cars and stuff through the years.
Okay.
So maybe there'll be like time machines.
Are we still going to be doing the testing of cars?
I don't think so.
It doesn't sound like you'd be able to.
Unless it's like showing you how the old cars worked.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know. It originally was in like the transportation pavilion in Epcot.
Okay.
Back when Epcot was all about like the different types of technology.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Huh. Okay. I mean, I'm excited. I like Test Track. It's just always a really long line.
Yeah, I agree. Single rider line.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
I love the single rider line for Test Track. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. And I just looked just to double check to make sure I had that right, and it is. It's like it was the achievements of transportation is how they worded it. So like transportation successes through the years. So they're supposed to be tying it back to World of Motion.
I'm excited to see how they do that then.
I am too. It'll definitely be interesting.
Yeah.
I think they got enough complaints about it. About the update. That it was
oh, really?
Right. Also, it still talks about OnStar. Which I think still technically exists, but like,
I think so.
Doesn't exist? I don't know. We just bought a car this week and they said something about OnStar, but I was really confused.
They said it was like OnStar.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think OnStar exists anymore. I remember calling OnStar one time when I was like 18. It was in my friend's car. And we called him and we were like, we're running out of gas. We don't know where to go. Please find us a gas station. And the lady found us a gas station, but yelled at us the entire time. She was like, you waited too long. Why? And we were like, we've been trying to find one. Like, our phones were dead. Also, I didn't have an iPhone at that age. Like, me and my friend had an iPhone. I don't know. We got yelled at the entire time. I was like, I'm never calling OnStar again. Also, my car didn't have it. It was her mom's car, so...
Mostly because I don't want to pay for it after my free trial.
Mostly because I don't have a car with OnStar. Not because the lady yelled at me. Okay, and then our last piece of Epcot news. Epcot Forever is coming to an end yet again. That temporary show coming to an end. We are getting a new nighttime show. It's called Luminous, The Symphony of Us, and it will be starting on December 5th, 2023.
I wish they could just figure it out.
Well, this is probably the new permanent one, because it was Illuminations, and then Epcot Forever was the temporary one until Harmonious.
Which was horrible.
I did not like Harmonious. But a lot of people really liked Harmonious. I like Epcot Forever, and a lot of people hate that one.
I liked Harmonious when it was dark out.
Oh, you didn't like the barges. I was like, did you see it in the daytime? How did you do that? Yeah, the barges were.
When it was nighttime, it was okay.
Well, good news for you. So, the new show says nothing about barges.
Wonderful.
It says that they will have fireworks. Oh, wait a minute. It does say fountains. But it could be like Illuminations, how like the globe came out into the center. Maybe they plan on bringing the fountains out. Because they know how much everyone hated the barges being there in the middle of the day.
Or, it would be really cool if they figured out a way to put it under the water. Then they could open it up a thing, like in the movies, and then it would come out of the ground for the show.
That would be cool. It would be fancy schmancy.
I feel like they'd be able to do that.
I feel like they would too. They got money. They can make it happen.
They do have money.
Yeah.
Mostly thanks to people like us.
You're welcome, Disney. Figure out how to put some fountains in the ground for us, please. Okay, so fireworks, fountains, lasers, lighting effects, and music.
Lasers.
Why are you quoting lasers? It could be real lasers.
Oh, Austin Powers.
Oh, I've never seen Austin Powers.
You have to watch it. Fire the laser.
Sorry. I have to watch it though, because you quoted it the other day because I said something too.
Probably the corn thing. I quote that one a lot.
Corn? What's he say?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. Is it not appropriate?
It's not inappropriate.
Okay. Just not Disney related.
Yeah.
Although you did talk a lot about corn on here. So, lasers, lighting effects, and music.
Yes.
That is what the show's going to have.
Very exciting.
That's a lot of stuff. I feel like it's going to be good.
Hopefully they get it right this time.
I'm excited to see it. I know I did not like Harmonious.
No.
People loved Harmonious, though.
Wasn't a fan.
I liked it. I didn't love it. Illuminations, that one is like a cult classic. People love it, and I was not interested. Something about, I just thought it was so boring, and going from like Happily Ever After to Illuminations was like, to Phantasmic? Like, oh, Illuminations was just so bland to me.
Yeah. I just haven't really been a fan of many of the Epcot shows.
Oh. I like Epcot Forever.
That one was okay.
That's a really unpopular opinion, and I really think I only like it because of the Making Memories song. So, maybe that's it. I don't know, but yeah, new show starting December 5th. I'm excited for it. Excited to see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see a new show.
Yeah. And then we have 2 pieces of miscellaneous news. You can pick whatever one you would like.
I mean, I'll just go with the one that we already kind of talked about, the new ship being called the Adventure.
I knew that's what you were going to think. That is not the ship we talked about.
What do you mean?
We talked about the treasure.
Ah! There's a new ship. Again, even though this other one's not out yet.
Yeah. Because Disney has money and can put fountains in the ground.
They do. They won't, but they do.
They can put fountains in the ground and ships in the sea.
True.
So the new ship, the one that is coming out next is the treasure, which is going to be adventure themed. And the one that is coming out after that is the adventure. Which is going to be treasure themed. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm assuming it's going to have a very similar concept as the Disney treasure.
What they should do with the Disney Adventure is make it the Nautilus from Atlantis.
Literally no one will care.
Ship.
You'll get like 3% of people who will care about that.
That's cool. Then me and the other 3% of people that care about it will go.
We'll spend all of our money and we'll go.
Yeah.
The Nautilus, like the one with the arms?
The
or is that Treasure
big
Planet?
ball in the front.
Oh. Yeah, that actually would be kind of cool.
No, that's okay. You hang out with the other 97%.
Oh, I will. We'll be on the Disney Treasure. Hanging out with Aladdin. Yeah, so it is the Disney Adventure. They must have really liked the concept that they had going for the Disney Treasure.
If it ain't broke.
Which is so funny because when they named the Disney Treasure, I thought it was because they couldn't do adventure because Royal Caribbean already has an Adventures of the Sea.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, they're not going to do another adventure because there's already a boat called the Adventure. And then they were like, our new boat's going to be the Adventure. And I was like, oh, okay. Why didn't we do this last time? Okay, whatever. Disney, you do you. You got money. You can do what you want. I don't, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, so that's not coming out, I think, until 2025.
Okay. I mean, it's probably, the other one's not even out yet, like I
Yeah,
said, so.
it's still being built currently. And then the last thing we have to talk about, which isn't even, I don't even know if I should have put this on there.
Best for last.
Yeah, we saved the worst for last. I'm sorry. It's not the worst. We just don't know if it's good or not yet. Asha? Or it's probably pronounced Asha.
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's the new Star Wars show.
No, it's not.
I thought it was.
It's from the new Disney movie. So
It's a new movie?
Yeah, so Disney has a new movie coming out called Wish. That's all I know about it. And Asha, who is the main character in this movie, is going to doing character meet and greets in Epcot, Disneyland, and Disneyland Paris. And that's all we really know about it. I don't know much about the movie in general. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. It's just Sasha without an S.
So the new Star Wars show is called Ashoka.
Ashoka, right? Ashoka.
Is that how you say it?
I think so, yeah.
So that's what I thought you were talking about.
No, Asha.
Gotcha.
So Asha is the main protagonist in the upcoming 2023 animated feature film Wish. She is a witty and optimistic 17-year-old girl from the Kingdom of Rosas?
It looks like an okay movie, actually. I've seen the previews for it. It looks pretty good.
Who sees a darkness in her kingdom that no one else can see, and whose impassioned plea brings down an actual star.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It seems like an okay movie. I'll watch it.
It's Disney or it's Disney Pixar? I'm thinking it's just Disney.
I think it's just Disney.
It looks like it's just Disney. Because it doesn't say Disney Pixar film. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But we got a new meet and greet coming.
Yes, and they have not. I'm reading all these facts about her right now because I'm so curious. It says during her design, Asha was rumored to be a princess, but this has not yet been clarified if she is going to be a princess. Interesting. That's
I'm
pretty
assuming
cool.
she'll be a face character. Is that what they call it?
Yes, she'll be this character.
Okay.
That's so interesting. Though I'm interested to see if she'll be it. So to be a Disney princess, you have to hit one of three criteria. You have to be human. That is a must. I'm saying you have to hit two of three. You have to be human. You have to either be born into royalty or marry into royalty or perform an act of heroism, and then you're classified as a princess. So if she's doing something with a star after seeing a darkness in her kingdom, I'm assuming she's either going to perform an act of heroism, or if it's in her kingdom, there's a chance she's already a princess.
Yeah.
If that's what they're calling it, or in her land, or in her whatever.
Yeah, unless it's just the kingdom that she lives in.
Maybe she's making a plea to the king and queen or whatever to be like, there's darkness, and they're like, no.
Yeah. I don't know.
So then she'll perform an act of heroism. I don't know. It'll be
Guess we'll
interesting
find
to see.
out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think that means she's a princess. They haven't announced it yet. But
Yeah.
To me, that means she's going to be a princess.
Yeah, I agree.
She meets the criteria. As long as she's human. They didn't say she's human yet, but...
Seems human.
Seems human to me. Looks human.
Looks human.
Looks like a duck. Quacks like a duck.
Must be a duck.
Probably a duck. Alright, but that is it. That is all of our opinions.
That you didn't ask for.
That you didn't ask for.
Anyway.
Hopefully you liked them. If not, you're entitled to yours.
Yeah.
Feel free to message us. Send us some messages. Let us know your opinion. I don't think you're going to sway us, but maybe you can.
Yeah.
We can be swayed.
Not easily, but we can.
Yeah, no, not easily. We're pretty stubborn people. We're set in our ways. Although I will say, I think most of our opinions were actually pretty positive.
Yeah,
I was expecting a little bit more of like, rah, and there really wasn't. Everything from D23 was pretty cool this year, which is really cool. It's really exciting. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see it all. Hope you are too. If you guys did like what you hear, obviously don't base the stars off of our opinions if you didn't like our opinions. But if you liked us, if you enjoyed listening to Spill the D, if you were screaming at your radio, that means we did a good job. So Go ahead and give us some stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We love when you give us stars. The more the merrier. We love those 5 stars. We love those reviews. Helps people find our podcast. And the more people listen, the more we can do this, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We love meeting you guys. So feel free to follow us on social media. We are at Spill the D Podcast. Feel free to message us. Send us some pictures from your Disney trips. Whatever you want to do. We love talking to everybody with full conversations with complete strangers on the internet because of this. And it's amazing. I live for that. And that is it. Next week, I think we're going back to a Universal episode.
Yeah, we got to finish our recap.
We do have to finish our recap. We'll see. We'll see. I don't like doing too much Universal at one time. We're a Disney podcast. But until next week, we will
See you at the castle.